King Nugget, what it do? The year is almost over, guys. That's crazy. We're almost done. If you guys haven't watched my other video, I have started a business. It is called Staple Pieces. If you guys want to check it out, I'm gonna leave a link to the website down below. If you want to buy something, go ahead. If you just want to look, go ahead. You can go on the Instagram, like a couple pictures, share a couple links, you know, whatever. But if you guys are new to the channel, what's up? My name's King Nugget. How you doing? If you like the video, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. If you're old here, what's up? Hit that like button, leave a comment. How you guys doing? For today's video, we have a story time. My other story times seem to be doing like pretty all right. It's my roommate from hell story time. I guess you guys really like that one. That was the worst experience of my life, but I'm glad you guys liked it. But I'm gonna be doing another story time. I'll leave that one linked up here or down below, somewhere in these four corners. But let's get into the story, let's get into the video. So this story time is gonna be about my very first combat medic experience. Like, I get a lot of questions, well, not a lot, but for, you know, the comments I do have on my videos and stuff, they ask me about my combat medic experience. And honestly, guys, I'm reserves, Army Reserves, so I don't do anything. Like, I tell my soldiers, like, drink water, they need a Band-Aid, whatever. I get trained in more than handing out Band-Aids and making them drink water. But that's all I pretty much do because we haven't been deployed. We're not out in the field all the time, you know. I still watch them. Like, going to the range, you have to I be chilling, but I still be making sure everybody is using range safety and all that stuff. But I don't do much, right? So this story time is about my very first experience as a combat medic. It was crazy. So this story takes place, I think it was 2018 because I had just graduated. I just graduated AIT, and I went to my first AT because in the reserves you do 1 weekend out the month and 2 weeks out of the year, but my unit does 4 weeks. I don't know why. We do 4 weeks AT. But during the AT, it was my very first one, whatever. Like, some of the people in the unit knew me already because I would go to drill before I went to basic just to, I guess, see how the armies ran, you know, whatever. So some of them knew me already, but really, not really. When I got back, I think like 2 people remembered who I was. So we had another medic in our unit. Don't I got some story times about that? Whatever. Me and her are cool now, but it wasn't always that way. But I'm gonna talk to her before I do these story times because I don't want no beef. Anyway, so she was gone because she was just gone. So I was the only medic there. The medic before me had left. So it was our first AT. I was so scared. I didn't know what to expect or whatever. But the AT overall, our ATs are always shitty. Like, there's no way to sugarcoat it at all. So, but that one was all right because we did a home station AT. I think we were supposed to go to like Germany or something, but we didn't end up going. So we just did it at my home station or whatever. So I got to go home every night. We weren't sleeping out in the field. It wasn't crazy like that. But, so I know during the AT, I was in charge of, oh, hold up. Okay, no, there was another medic there. There was another medic, but she was doing like office stuff, like paperwork. I was like out in the field with them mostly. I don't even think she was there the whole AT because I remember, so this is a little side story. So while I was at the AT, I was in charge of like doing little classes for my soldiers so they can be like CLS trained, like combat lifesaver trained, so they'll know what to do if one of their battle buddies go down. And so my other medic, the senior medic, had like some PowerPoints. So I'm like, all right, she knows what she's doing, you know, I'm gonna go off these PowerPoints. And when I was reading off of it, it sounded pretty legit, you know, like it was what I learned, but I guess it had been updated. So we were teaching one of the classes and this drill sergeant comes in. Boy, I was like, oh shit. Because after you've been through basic, you know, drill sergeant don't really get to you, but you do have moments of PTSD. I was like, please don't yell at me. And she was a medic. I was like, girl. So she came and sat in the back of the class while I'm teaching, and I just started stuttering. I was like, okay. But I got through the class, and like later on, she like pulled me aside. She was like, you did a good job. Where did you get those PowerPoints? I told her I got it from, it's an official PowerPoint, like a government certified PowerPoint, whatever. I was like, we got it from blah, blah, blah. And she was like, all right, well, it's out of date. I was like, okay, I'm taking constructive criticism, but the senior medic, she wasn't having it. She had a little stanky attitude. She was like, well, I got it from blah, blah, blah. I was telling her, I was like, drill sergeant, we're gonna call her drill sergeant. It was a girl, drill sergeant Betty. That's what we're gonna call her. So drill sergeant Betty was like, tell the other medic and you come here. I want to talk to you guys. So I went and told her, I was like, hey, drill sergeant Betty said she want to talk to us. And she just had an attitude. She was like, those PowerPoints are legit, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, girl, take some constructive criticism. She obviously know what she doing, so she just want to talk to us for a minute, right? We go talk to drill sergeant Betty. I'm standing at parade rest. Other medic just in there like, oh my girl, I just graduated. I know what's gonna happen. So she was like talking to her, and she was like, well, what's the PowerPoints, like basically trying to tell her that they're out of date, but old girl wasn't hearing it. She had a little spunky attitude, and drill sergeant went off on us. I was standing there like, I was like standing at parade rest. I was like, girl, I didn't do nothing. I'm here to learn. And so she was like, go to parade rest. She was in her face, chumping her. I'm like standing in the room like, and she told me to go outside, and then I could hear her getting chumped from outside. I was like, oh my God. But that was a little side story. But back to the main event here. So we were doing the CLS classes or whatever, and the drill sergeant decided she was gonna stay for a whole AT to help me because I'm not certified to teach and certify other CLS people. I have to go to a class to be certified to do that. So she would help me with the class or whatever. One of the days, the CLS class was like a week or something. One of the days, the last day, I think, we were out in the field. Like we went out to the sand pit to do like a scenario, like training or whatever. And they call me, at my unit, they call me baby medic because I was fresh off the boat. Like nothing, I ain't never treated nobody besides what they taught me at training, the dummies, whatever. So the drill sergeant started calling me baby medic. Not everybody in my unit call me baby medic. They still call me baby medic, even though I'm not new anymore. So we were out at the training site, and she had me like helping them run the lanes or whatever. But this drill sergeant was a drill sergeant for the basic trainees on Fort Benning. So I guess she was on duty or whatever, I don't know. She had a walkie-talkie with her, and we were out at the basic training site, and all you hear over the walkie-talkie is like, yeah, we got like 3 soldiers down over here. We need a medic. And so I'm looking at her like, well, I guess she gotta go, bruh. She was like, all right, let's go. I was like, let's go. And she took off running, so I'm running behind her. Tell me why we run like a mile. I was like, bro, where they at though? So I'm like running. I was like, girl, I barely passed my PT test. Like, slow down. And this woman was pregnant too. And she was sprinting like, I don't know, a fucking Olympian. She was out there. And I'm behind her like, why are you gonna pass out? So we finally get over to the basic training. So I guess it was female basic training because they were rucking, and it was like 110 degrees outside. Like where I stay is hot. It gets hot during the summer. And they're rucking. They let them take their tops off, which is your OCP top. So they're rucking with just their t-shirt on. But still, that was a recipe for disaster. So one of the girls, she was out cold. So I ran up on the scene, right? And there's a whole bunch of drill sergeants, like, and so I'm a little I think I was an E3. No, I was E2 still, I'm pretty sure. So when I ran with drill sergeant Betty, when I was behind her, all the other drill sergeants were like, get back, get in formation, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hold I graduated. I'm with Drill Sergeant Betty. Back up off me. I was like looking at them like, I'm not with them. I'm not one of your little basic trainee soldiers. I already graduated. So I was like, I'm the medic. And they're like, okay, then let me by. When the drill sergeant handed me their hat, I was like, because if you went to basic training, you know not to touch the drill sergeant's hat. I was like, put that down, because I'm not getting smoked. I'm not getting in trouble. So I went up behind her. They were like crowded around this girl, and like she had a heat stroke, but so I went up on her and she was like not with it, eyes rolled back to the back of her head, like, and then she started seizing. I was like, oh no. Like, so Drill Sergeant Betty was like, get down here, hold her feet, blah blah blah, and they're putting ice sheets on her. Now when you have a heat cat, you do not pour ice on them, you just wrap them in the ice sheets, because if you put ice on them, they'll go into shock. I don't know if they dumped ice on her because there was just water everywhere. I hope they didn't. I got there after. So I was holding her feet up. She started seizing. I was like, oh no. Like, her pupils were blown. I was just like, girl. Anyway, so she started seizing. Then she just went limp. Like, limp. I had her feet went limp, arms went limp, neck went limp. I was like, girl, please don't be dead. Please do not be dead. And like Drill Sergeant was like smacking her. We were waiting for the paramedics to get there because we can only do so much. Like, if I had my aid bag, we could maybe like start an IV or something. But I didn't have none of that because I'm not the medic for that basic training. I was just there to help. So the paramedics finally pull up. They get out their ambulance and start just strolling around. Like, I'm an EMT now. How about we move with some urgency, people? Like, these, whoever was the EMT that pulled up on scene on Fort Benning, y'all need to get it together because that was ridiculous. So they get out there, like, walking around, seeing this girl's, like, passed out. She woke back up, but she was, like, gone. Like, she wasn't with it. Like, she didn't know what was going on. She couldn't talk. Nothing. Like, she was pale, pupils blown. I was like, God damn. So the paramedic walks up. He's like, so what happened? I'm like, I know you can see, bro. Like, this girl is finna die. Like, how about we take her to the hospital so we can help her or something? Like, and he just was sitting there talking. She started seizing again, and then she just went limp again. And Drill Sergeant Betty, she was on the ground and she grabbed dude's collar. She like reached up and grabbed the paramedic's collar and yanked him down and was like, I know you can see that she's seizing or whatever. And he was like, unhand me. I'm gonna file a report. Blah, blah, you shouldn't put your hands on people. I'm like, I would have grabbed them too, because they just standing there looking like, what is y'all here for? Because I don't know. Anyway, ridiculous. So they finally got her up on the stretcher, put her in the back of the ambulance, and told me why the ambulance was still sitting there for like 20 minutes. I was like, bruh, this girl's gonna die. Like, I wish that I could have gone to the hospital or, gone to see her to figure out what happened to her. I don't know. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if she lived. I don't know if she died. I don't know. It's the price of being a medic, I guess. You don't get to see the ending effects, but story's not over. It's not over. So, our job's done, like, we're first response, paramedics get her, then that's it. Like, I'm an EMT, so we pull up on the scene, help this person. Once they go to the hospital, that's it. You don't get to see really what happens to them unless you go back and ask, but they're probably not going to tell you because you're not family. But, so, in situations like this where people pass out or whatever, shit happens in threes. So we finna walk off, me and Drill Sergeant Betty. She was like, all right, good job, baby medic. It's your first experience. I was like, yeah, I guess. Like, I'm still looking like, what just happened? Like, and then, so we finna walk off. Then we get a call over the radio talking about we got 2 more girls up at the top of the building that are passing out or whatever. I was like, oh no. Like, okay, so we had this bucket of ice sheets. It was like a big cooler with sheets and ice in it. It's exactly what it sounds like. So we picked it up, we're running up the stairs, and I said Drill Sergeant Betty was pregnant. She running up these stairs like, and there was water. I was like, please do not fall. Like, she was making me so nervous. I was like, girl, got a whole baby in you, calm down. So we ran up the stairs, and then one of the girls was finna pass out next to her bunk, and then she started hyperventilating. The girl next to her started hyperventilating. I was like, hold up. I was like, you go down here and you sit right here. Calm down, guys, please, because everybody in this bay finna start passing out because everyone looking at each other, starting to freak out. Then they start freaking out. So we was putting ice sheets on them, telling them to calm down. None of the other girls were as bad as that first girl. We got them to calm down, you know, and then it was straight. It was good. So once we handled the situation, really, Drill Sergeant Betty walked me back down to where my unit was or whatever. And basically she was like, well, that's it for today because, you know, some craziness happened. I get back there like, baby medic, what happened? What happened? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm shook, guys. Like, give me a second. And then, you know, they asked me, I told them what happened. And it's not funny. It's funny looking back on it as far as my experience because I was shook. I was like, hold up. And that's not even the worst thing that can happen. That's what I get a lot of is people passing out. And then whenever we do a field training, anything can happen at a field. Like when we actually go into the field, you get a little bit of everything, and there's only so much you can do. Most cases, you're gonna send them to the hospital. Like, unless you're a unit, because my unit doesn't allow me to stick people or, you know, put a needle in anybody. I don't know why, whatever. I can, but they don't allow it. But if something really bad would happen and I had to give an IV and give like fluids or whatever, I would do it. If they're gonna write me up, I would take it if I was trying to save someone's life or, you know, keep them good till they get to the hospital. But yeah, so that was my first experience as a combat medic. Nothing too crazy. I mean, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. Guys, if you're a medic, cause I got some people to ask me some questions about it and they're like scared. I was too, but I think one of the girls that asked me a question, I think I gave her the best advice is, you know, because you don't know everything. There's going to be a PA. There's going to be a senior medic. Hopefully they know what they're talking about. But if you have questions, ask them. If you don't know what's going on, ask them. But in the same breath, be confident, not overly confident. Don't be cocky. Be confident in yourself, and your soldiers will learn to respect you and they will learn to trust you. Because if you go in there and you act like you don't know what's going on, off rip, they're going to be like, well, we're all dead. So you just got to basically fake it till you make it. But don't be out here trying to do surgery on people and you don't know how to do surgery. Like, that's it. But if you have any other questions, leave them down below in the comment section. That was my first experience, guys. But I do want to thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more story times, I have a lot. I have a lot of story times. If you want to see more story times, leave a bear emoji. Leave a bear emoji down in the comment section, and I'll know you guys want to hear more story times. Also, guys, don't forget to check out my store. It's called Staple Pieces. If you want some jewelry, want to buy a gift for somebody this Black Friday, go ahead. You know, the link will be in the description box. But thank you guys again for watching the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.